Hi everybody, today I am making a wreath. I know, right? It's like, what's the big deal? I'm using 21-inch mesh, which I haven't used. Wow, I can't even remember the last time I used 21-inch mesh. But I got this a while ago at Goodwill, and it was 99 cents. And it's Walmart mesh, and it is so old that it was when Walmart was charging an appropriate amount for this mesh. It was only $4.77 for a 21 by 30 foot roll, 21 inch by 30 feet roll. And now, to get this much mesh at Walmart would cost you $14. Actually, it's maybe more than that for 21 inch mesh. Yeah, it might be like $21 because it's so ridiculously overpriced. Yeah, I guess this was the good old days. Alright, and I'm doing poofs because I don't know what else to do with the mesh. With 21-inch mesh. I'm trying to drop it underneath, but I hope it doesn't pull up a bunch of stuff with it, which it might. So I just dropped it underneath the table. Alright, here's my frame. It has 18 pipe cleaners. These are Dollar Tree pipe cleaners because I am out and Walmart is out and I don't know when I'm going to get stuff. You know, when I'm leaving the parish to go get stuff. So there's 3 in each section. 2 on the outer 2 rings, 1 on the inner 2 rings, 18 total. I feel like I'm going to regret not dropping this way, but whatever. So I'm going to fold, well, I guess I don't really need to fold it over, huh? I'm just going to gather this up. This is going to bother me. Okay, that's better. I'm going to gather this up. Bring in my frame, and right before one of these ties, I'm going to start on the inside or the outside. Zip tie, and you know what, do I have smaller ones? Because these are awfully big. Yeah, I have some smaller ones right here. These are 6 inches, yeah. And you can use these bigger ones. It's just, it's a waste of a heavy duty zip tie to do something like this. And right before my first tie, I am just going to, it's not my first tie, it's where I'm going to start. I'm going to zip tie this to the frame. And I like to leave a little bit to make sure that it is enough that I can trim this off later and everything will still be secure. So I am a measurer when I do the poof method, which I never do. I mean, you guys know I never do this. I'm pulling up like everything from the depths of hell over here. So to measure 10 inches, because you know, like my 1's over here, my 24's over here, I need to kind of be in the middle. I'm going to go from 16 to 6, and that'll be my 10 inches. Right? And then I'm just going to go to, I'm going to skip the one right in front of it. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to skip the one, there's one right here, right in front of where we zip tied. I'm going to go over to the next one. Put that in. Give that a twist. And I'm going to preemptively open this up some because I find when I go back to do it, I'm just like, it's a lot to do at the end. I still see people doing this all the time. They can do it so quick, and I'm like, well, they're not measuring. Like if I could not measure, this would go a lot quicker. But y'all know how bad things go when I do measure. So I mean, can you imagine me not measuring? I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going to get to the middle. We're going to jump up and yeah, we're just going to go around. So how are you guys doing? Is everybody doing well? Is everybody thriving and surviving? Is everybody registered to vote? I'm so tired. I'm like so tired of every person on Instagram, every celebrity that I don't even follow. They're like, hey, go vote. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I've been doing it for 20 years. I know. They're like, they'll really go vote. And I'm like, I know, John Legend. I wonder sometimes, like, if having, celebrities tell younger generations to go, like, go vote. Lady Gaga's gonna vote. Are you gonna vote? Like, I wonder if that actually, if, like, a Lady Gaga fan, what is this trapped on here? Freaking felt, of course. I almost said the F word. If a Lady Gaga fan is like, oh, I wasn't gonna vote, but then Lady Gaga told me to, so I'm gonna go vote. Maybe. I mean, I would hope so. I would hope Lady Gaga wouldn't have to tell you to do it for you to do it, but whatever. This is why I don't use 21-inch mesh. It's like so unwieldy. It's like you always drive a sports car and then somebody gives you like a giant SUV and you're like, what am I gonna do? You're gonna make it work. And actually, for Walmart mesh, I mean, I know this is older mesh and the mesh they sell now is probably nowhere near as nice as this is. But this is like giving me some good coverage over here. You can really see, I can't see the frame through the viewfinder. So I thought today we would talk about our favorite, because I have been starting a very small collection because I'm not going to go out like, hey, today I'm going to go add to this collection I'm starting. I am starting a collection of, that was my pizza, a collection of Christmas VHS tapes, because I found a bunch at Goodwill, and every time I'm there, like, I'll pick one up. Like, it's Christmas time again, Charlie Brown, like, not the first special, the second one. I got How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I got Frosty the Snowman. I got National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I got the Disney Once Upon a Christmas. What is it? Is it called Once Upon a Christmas? Yeah. I love that. Oh my god. I mean, I know I have it like on my computer, but I've been collecting them because I think it'd be nice to have a little display. Because, it's basically Christmas year-round at my house. But what are some of your favorite, like, must-watch every year Christmas movies? Either by yourself, with your family, what your kids used to watch, what you watch with your grandkids. Because I know that I have a very diverse, I could have somebody 20 years old watching me and somebody who's 80 years old. I will tell you some of mine right after I jump up to this next thing. I'm getting back to where I started. I haven't been great about pooping this out as I go, but you know. It'll be satisfying to poop at the end. I'm trying to keep like these edges turned, like if the mesh, I want it to be turned like under, like these are the edges and it goes like this, but it just does not want to cooperate, which is probably because it's rolled in 15 different directions underneath the table. Like, see, these are the edges, but I want those the other way. Or the edges pointing down. There we go. And so this is my last poof for the bottom. This is a zip tie where we started. I don't know if you can see that little bit of red right there. I'm not, oh, let me not use my middle finger. That one right there, here's where we started. I'm going to fold this in. And you can either jump up to what am I doing? You can either jump up to either. What is going on with this? Wait, something's wrong with that. And I hate undoing these Dollar Tree ties because you never know what's going to happen. Go directly over here, which I don't mind, or you can start zip tie there and then go in the next one, but I'm just gonna go up here and then make my way around. So this poof ends up only going from here to here, but it's basically the same height. And these are, like everybody says, like the poof method's like the hardest to do, but it's extremely forgiving, especially when you know you're just going to put a bunch of crap on top of it. So I just go all the way around. So what is my favorite Christmas movie? I feel like saying National Lampoon's is like such a cop-out. But it would be between top three. In no specific order, except with National Lampoon's as first. National Lampoon's, Christmas with the Cranks, and Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. I guess that's like the lesser known one. But I also really like, I think it's called Surviving Christmas, but there's another movie I like that has a similar title, and I don't know which one is which, except one's a all-white movie and one's an all-black cast. Almost Christmas is maybe the one with the guy from Predator 2. It's got like Regina King, maybe Monique, Danny Glover. But yeah, I like that one, but I get it confused with Surviving Christmas, which is Catherine O'Hara, obviously love, Ben Affleck when he's super young. I mean, he's got to be like in his 20s, maybe like very early 30s. James Gandolfini and Christina Applegate, maybe. pranks I love because my Jamie Lee Curtis reminds me of my mom. Not in the movie, just like in general. Even though the idea of skipping Christmas is completely ludicrous. Maybe y'all are wondering, like, hey, that pizza went off a while ago, and he's still doing this. Does he ever eat pizza when it's hot? And pretty much no, because every time I'm done with this, I go and get my pizza, and it's already cooked, but not hot anymore. Okay, and then this is gonna go from here. This is the last one we did. It's gonna go over to here, and then I'm gonna show you how to use up the rest of this mesh doing back and forth because there is not enough on this roll to do anything else with. I mean, unless you have like another roll and you can make another wreath, but there's not enough mesh on here. 14, I need to measure 4 to make a wreath by itself. Unless you cut it, I'm sure you could cut it up some kind of way. Okay, so we are on the inside ring, and we're gonna go back and forth just to use up the rest of the mesh, make this a little fuller. This ends up, like, this is fine as it is. If you want to cut it off here, save the rest of the roll for something else, but there's not much. Like, it's too much to throw away. It's not enough to use on a wreath by itself, a second wreath. So we might as well use it on here and bulk this out some. So I'm on the inside. I'm gonna come to my next twist tie, which is right here, skip that one, and go to the next one. And I'm still measuring 10 inches. So I'm going over here, skipping over, and getting that in there. So it's going from the inside, not to the closest one to it on the outside, the next one. Now I'm going to measure again, another 10 inches, and I'm going to go to the inside again. So we're hitting all 6 on the inside, but every other one on the outside. So see, this one right here is the closest to here. This is where we came from. So we're skipping this one, going to this one. Coming back to the inside, which is right here. Completely given up on trying to get this in here with the sides down or in or whatever you want to call it. But see how this is, like, this isn't done yet. This side is done. You can see how much fuller this is, and this isn't even opened up yet. So 5, skipping this one, going to this one. It's 10. I was measuring from 15 to 5. That's why I said 5. I don't want to confuse y'alls. I think I figured out one time how to, like, see, I'm already, like, it's pulling up my thing now, so I'm almost done. I think I figured out one time, I think it was like 12 or 14 inch segments instead of 10 to make the poofs, like, to use the whole roll without having to crisscross. But I like this because it gives it a little bit of variety. And skip this one and go to this one, it gives it a little bit of variety in the height because these that are closer together are a little bit higher. And then 14, no, this is 13, 2, 3. Go back to the inside. I hope that's not confusing. Just go to the inside and then go to every other one on the outside and then crisscross back and forth. 15, 2, 5. This one. And then this one to this one, and that'll be the last one, I think. Hopefully. I like very gently put that on the ground, and I usually just throw things across the room, so it's late though. Alright, and then this one to this one, which already has 2 in it. That's where we started. So I'm going to take this, cut it off first of all. So, I mean, you've got, what is that? Maybe another 6, 8 inches. I don't know if some people do, like, they do this thing and make this kind of, I don't know. I don't have time for that. So I'm going to push this through the back. And here's my zip tie. My hands are shaking. That's down. Bring that a little bit closer. And where does our start is somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. And like our start is somewhere, but it's like literally right here. And then that gets tucked in. Wow, it's a big poof wreath. And now we go through and we open up. Okay, so I'm going to go through and open these up, and I come back when that's done. I'm just going to work around the outside first. Come back, do like the middle parts where the crossover is. What is this making noise over here? It's driving me crazy. Okay, so Christmas with the Cranks. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Deck the Halls, Surviving Christmas, I think it's Almost Christmas. That's a good movie though. It's like I like the movies where it's like the whole family comes together, and it's Almost Christmas, if that's the name of it. Oh. Siri, Google search Almost Christmas movie.
I found this on the web.
Julia Lees, Monique, Gabriel Union, Carrie Hilson, Danny Glover, Omar Epps. Yeah, this is the one I'm talking about. Almost Christmas and Surviving Christmas, but they're two different movies. Yeah, like all the kids come back, the mom has died, and all the kids come back for Christmas, and the dad wants to sell the house because it's like this big giant house that they raised all their kids in, and you know, everything that ensues when families get together. But I love movies like that, like where it's a bunch of people getting together, a bunch of family members getting together, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's, you know, people getting their butts handed to them in a fight or something in the front lawn. What else do I really like? I like The Family Stone, even though it takes place during Christmas, but it's not a, I guess, I mean, it's a Christmas movie, but it's not the one I want to be watching on Christmas Eve because it's sad. That's with Diane Keaton, Craig T. Nelson, either Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney. I think it's Dermot Mulroney. Sarah Jessica Parker, Claire Danes, Rachel McAdams, Luke or Owen Wilson, but I think Luke. Wow, I know everybody in that movie. Yeah, that's like a good family drama that takes place during Christmas. And like kids movies, family movies, I like Home Alone. Like I like Home Alone, I don't need to watch it every year. Like it's just one of those things where like, if somebody was like, hey, we're gonna watch Home Alone, I'd be like, oh, alright, but I wouldn't be like, hey, let's watch Home Alone. And I definitely would not want to. Like, I like Home Alone 2 as well. I don't know, it's something about, like, not being in the house. Like, how long could a child really run around New York City before somebody was like, hey, you're like 12. Favorite kids live action, well, I guess it's not a kids movie, it's like a family movie. Unaccompanied Minors, which I'm sure YouTube is going to demonetize my video for saying that because they're like, what is he talking about? If you haven't seen Unaccompanied Minors, like it's like a good like preteen movie. Like I think it's got some like, you know, crude humor in it. But like that's good for, I don't know, like I always go, I'm like, what would I watch with Michelle's kids? And I feel like they could probably watch it, and they're like 7 and 12. Unaccompanied Minors. It's about all these kids who get stuck they're flying alone, which is why they're called Unaccompanied Minors, and they get stuck in a snowstorm at this airport during Christmas. It's something about like movies, like you know that movie with, oh, what is it? My sister would know. Where the Heart Is? The one where Natalie Portman's living in the Kmart. She's pregnant and she's living in the Kmart. When I saw that movie when I was younger, I was like, that sounds so fun. Like they show her like getting up and like she goes and gets something from like, she goes and gets something to eat from the food section, and she goes and, you know, takes a shower and then throws like the shower head back. Like I think like being somewhere where you're not supposed to be, like an airport for Christmas, running all around behind the scenes and stuff. That movie's got, I think the youngest kid became somebody, like a grown-up actor. It's got the kid from Everybody Hates Chris, who I don't know his name, some girl, I don't know his name, the kid from Bad Santa, some other girl, I don't know anybody's name, because it's a bunch of kids. Wilder Valderrama. What's going on here? I got like a weird section where I started. Well, I guess that's where my bow's going. Or it might just be because this is completely smushed right here. Animated movies. Arthur Christmas. Very cute. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the animated, not the old animated one, the one with Benedict Cumberbund, whatever his name is. Looks like he melted milk jug. I like that one. And then I like the live action one with Jim Carrey. And then I like the original one, because I think the original one's kind of, the cartoon one's kind of creepy, but the CGI one's good. I watched the Disney Once Upon a Christmas, Twice Upon a Christmas, and Snowden at the House of Mouse every year. Like multiple times throughout the year, but especially around Christmas. Not so much a fan of Jingle All the Way, just because I don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Unless he's like a Terminator, I don't want to see him playing somebody's dad. Okay, how's that look? Is this where we started? Because it's like, it looks... Something's wrong over here. I'm going to mess with this a little bit more. What else? Not a super fan of the old, like, what is it? Not Rogers and Hammerstein. You know, the stop motion stuff. Not a huge fan. Like, I love Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's also something I don't want to watch all the time. Like, I don't need to watch that every year, but you could watch it every year, because until you're adults, you don't realize it's only like 70 minutes long. Christmas Chronicles on Netflix is really good. I have a very soft spot for the Christmas Prince on Netflix, and the one with Vanessa Hudgens. I don't know what it's called. The Princess Switch? Yeah. You know, when you go to a different country and you just happen to meet your twin that looks exactly like you, who's a princess. Come on Netflix. All right, so she's poofed. What is this what's going on? Is it looking weird? It's not looking weird. It's just I feel like there's a lot more. I can like perfectly see the frame over here. Well, I'm putting silver mesh on top of this, and then ribbons and bows and ornaments and reindeer. Full size. I'm just going to glue a full-size reindeer on here. So yeah, that is the base. I'm going to go eat that pizza because it still might be kind of warm. And I'll be back. Okay, since last night, me and this wreath have been through it. I cut 36 pieces of 10-inch mesh, and I rolled 36 curls, and I started putting them in the wreath, and I didn't like the way it looked, but I kept going because it said it's going to work out. And then my neighbors started screaming at each other, and the dog started barking, and the neighbor screamed some more, and I got so frustrated that I started pulling stuff out. The mesh is now all over the floor. It is frayed beyond belief because I manipulated it so many times, getting it in, getting it nice, doing this, doing that. So, blank slate, starting over, trying to stay calm. I'll get more into that later. If you watch the long version, we'll see what's going on. By the way, if you only watch the short version, you should know that in the long version, I talk a lot of crap about everybody, and you should watch that. So, out of breath again. What's new? I have everybody knows this ribbon from Dollar Tree because the glitter gets everywhere. I have it cut at 12 inches, dovetailed. I'm going to alternate red and silver in every other tie. I'm going to start off with the red. I don't think because it should be 9 feet, so I should get 9 pieces, which would be 18 of the two colors, but the ribbon is never exactly 9 feet. It's always like 8 feet, 9 inches. you know, it's like not enough to make another tie, so we might have to get into another roll. So I'm just gonna put these in here. I'm gonna come back with some tubing, I think, to finish, just to bulk this out a little bit more. Red and then silver. Make sure you folded these the right way. Like, it looks very similar, but the glitter's on top. This webby thing is on the bottom. See, let's just go all the way around. So last night, I work on this, I get the base done, I go and I eat my pizza? I don't know what I was doing last night. I did something. When I was done, I was like, you know what? I need to just go get in bed, relax for the rest of the night. It's been a long day, therapy, whatever else happened yesterday, God only knows. I've already blocked it out, like, just like have a complete blackout after the events of last night. So I cut all this mesh, roll it all up, put it in bundles. I'm like, okay. And like when I'm cutting it, I'm like, this looks gray. This is like, it's got metallic silver in it, but it looks gray. If it wasn't on the floor, I would pick it up and show it to you, but I am too tired to do that and my back hurts too bad. So, start the video, start putting it in there, and I'm like, It's like, first of all, this mesh should never have been cut because it was a Michael's mesh. I know I said it was only $5. I think it's only worth $5 if you don't cut it. Make poofs with it. Or make something where you can tuck the ends under more than 10 inches, you know? So I'm going through and I'm like, it'll come together. I'm gonna put ribbons, I'm gonna put bows. I have a big sign for this wreath somewhere. Like, it'll come together. And then I hear... I'm already frustrated just because this is not happening the way I want it to. And then I hear, I'm like, well, that's somebody talking very loudly. And I don't think it's yelling at first, because sometimes my neighbors just, for some reason, they just like to come like right outside whatever window I'm at. Like if I'm in my office editing videos, if I'm in my bedroom trying to sleep, if I'm in here trying to film, they'll just like, hey, let's go talk in front of Adam's window about stupid crap. And we're both like, let's just talk loudly. So like, I'm like, are they like at the end of my driveway or something? And then I hear somebody else yell. And I'm like, oh no, that's the neighbors yelling at each other, because it's a man and a woman. So that's fine. I can hear it. You guys can't hear it, hopefully, I don't think. At least that's what I'm thinking. Maybe you can. Probably not. The dog can hear it. He starts barking. So I'm like, okay. The whole point of me doing these long videos is so I don't have to sit down and edit out every little thing. You are not serious right now with me hearing the neighbors again. Oh my god. He starts barking because there's people screaming. You don't like that. I mean, I don't think that you found a lot of dogs that are like, oh good, I enjoy screaming. So he's barking. I'm just like sitting here waiting for him to stop, knowing I'm gonna have to edit this out of the video. And then he does not stop barking. They do not stop screaming. My wreath that I'm putting the mesh in does not look any better. So I'm like, okay, guys, I'm gonna finish this off camera because all I'm doing right now is setting up more work for myself with all this editing I'm gonna have to do. So I turn up the camera, they keep screaming, he keeps barking, I start ripping the mesh out of here. So not only did I waste probably a good 45 minutes on the part of the video that you're not going to get to see, because when I tell you, you don't want to see me like become enraged. It's not pretty. It was not my proudest moment of me destroying this wreath. Not only did I waste the time making the video, I wasted the time cutting the mesh, rolling it, and I wasted the money on the mesh. Which I don't care about the $5. Like, I can make $5 again. Well, I'm trying to think of how long that would take me on YouTube. In 3.5 weeks, I can make $5 on YouTube. It's not that bad. But I was just like, you wasted my time. And wasting my time wastes my money. Not the money I've already spent, like the mesh. Like, you're wasting my ability to make money. You're messing with my money. So, turned off my camera, turned off the lights, went and got in bed. It was very late at that point, and I was so angry that I just laid in bed and stewed for like, I don't know, 3 hours. I was like, let me just watch something, let me watch something stupid, let me calm down, let me not go set the house on fire. I was like, are they yelling because the Saints game? Like, maybe they're like super excited. But I don't know. Like, normally if I had heard like the yelling and I wasn't trying to do something, but like I have been working so hard. Like I can't even tell you guys. Like the other day, I got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I started editing a video. I filmed the video. I went and took pictures. I came in. I made thumbnails. I wrote descriptions. I took pictures. I edited thumbnails. You know, I started recording a different video. I edited a different video. And by the time I finally got in bed, I had been up actively working for 17 and a half hours. You know, not just on YouTube. Like, I was cleaning the house, I was cooking, I was going to the grocery store, like just 17 and a half hours of go, 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 go. So when somebody makes it to where I can't do what I need to do to pay my bills, to help my mom, I was just like, I can't remember the last time I was that angry. Like, the last time I was that angry, the other neighbors were here. And if y'all have been following me, y'all know that ordeal. So, I guess now, even though it is not preferential to me, I will just have to do this during the day. Like, I feel better getting up, starting my morning off, having some me time, having breakfast, having coffee, me time, doing stuff, coming home, eating lunch, relaxing, and then get started on actual, like, filming. But sometimes that means I'm filming at night, and apparently that's when everybody thinks it's appropriate to scream at each other. I can't even tell you guys how quiet I am. Like, this right now, this is the highest my tone gets. Maybe when I yell at the dog. But like, I don't have a stereo, I'm not listening to music, I don't have a TV. I'm not blaring a football game or a video game or some crap. I feel like I respect the people around me, and I just wish that I could get some of that back. But that, like, I don't expect people to be as quiet as I am. But like, come on. And I know I could just be like, hey guys, I work from home, and I need a little bit of quiet to do to do the things that I do, and I'm gonna be one short. So I only got 8 out of each finger ribbon. Anyway, I know I could do that, but it's like, I don't, they're nice people. Like, I have no, like, I had definite problems, like, even when I saw the other neighbors, like, I just did not like them. These people that moved in, they are 1,000 times better. It's just like, last night I was just in such a bad mood. And it was because the wreath wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And I was like, I just want to make pretty things. I just want to buy my mom a house. I just want to go to TJ Maxx. But yeah, that was last night. So, you know. Yay. I really did, like, I felt like mental for a little while. I was just like, I'm going crazy. I was like, this is it. This is me going crazy. Like, I'm trying to get this done. It looks terrible. I didn't want to toot my own horn here, but it's rare that I make a quilt. I keep saying quilt. It's rare that I make that I have a design in my head, and when I'm implementing it, it comes out that badly. Because I kind of know what I'm doing after making so many of these. Just kinda. Like, and usually if something doesn't come out exactly like I think it's gonna come out in my head, I can fix it. But last night, I was just like, this is a dumpster fire. This is a hot mess inside a dumpster fire on a garbage barge floating in the middle of the Dead Sea. That's what it was. What did that guy say? He said about that about the debate. This is a hot mess inside a dumpster. That's how I felt. I was just like, oh. Like, I know Mark would be like, you can't let that get to you, just, you know, you continue what you're doing. I'm like, I cannot continue what I'm doing when the dog is barking because he is being disturbed. So yeah, we are not ending up with the wreath we were going to end up with, but that's fine. We will keep on keeping on. I'm not worried about these two not having. I'll just put my sign there. Do I want to keep going or do I want to eat lunch? Look at this. See it? One says 12 yards, one says 36 feet. I guess they changed their mind about how they wanted to package between Christmas and fall. I hate when people like walk away from the camera, but you know the gig. Alright, so 18 ties. 18 goes into 36, so they can be 20 inches. I can never remember. Good. Wait, I'll show you guys that in a second. So this is 36 times 12 equals 36 times 12 equals 432 inches divided by 18 equals 24. So I'll cut them at like 22 because you know that's not going to be like the right size. Alright, so I have my red and silver tubing. I can cut it at 24. I'll aim for somewhere around there. My garbage can is overflowing and falling all over the ground. I find this so hard to cut because it's so... Like, I know I'm not supposed to be cutting it while I'm, like, pulling it, so So what did I do today? Today I got up and I was exhausted from the night before because, like, things that stress me out, like, it might as well be me running a marathon. That's what it feels like. So I got up, ate breakfast, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to bed as soon as as soon as I finish editing this video. So I edited a video, got that exporting, then went and got back in bed. I was trying to watch something on YouTube and I was like, nope, this ain't happening, and I just like knocked out. And then when I woke up, I called my sister and I was like, hey, wanna come wash a rug with me? And she's like, because it's probably like once a year. I think this is the last year of us washing this rug. I have this rug that I bought from, I don't even know where I got it from. It's red and white, and I put it in my entryway. Like, the first thing you step onto when you step into my house, it's red and white. It was red and gray, like, after a week. So, we take it to the car wash. Like, you know, one of those, not like a drive-through car wash, like one where you just, like, park and they have the thing because it's, like, kind of like a pressure washer. So, I think me and her did it one time, me and my mom did it one time, and we went today, and it has been sitting outside for a while because I was like, this is not an indoor rug anymore, but I want to put it in my kitchen for Christmas. I was like, if I can just get this clean, it's red and white, it'll look good with everything that's in my kitchen. Talk about a mess. That's like water. I had to come home, I had to change my pants, I had to change my socks. My shirt's still wet. In the rug, I mean, it's like $1.25 for 4 minutes. And my sister I was like, here, just keep giving it quarters. And it's still, like, it's outside hanging up, and I was like, I don't know if this rug's gonna be, like, once it dries out, I don't know if it's gonna be, like, up to, what is it, up to snub? Up to snub, is that a thing? I don't know if it's gonna be up to par. Is that a thing? I don't know. It's hard. I got hot dogs for lunch. Very excited. So we did that. We went to, there was a Family Dollar right by that car wash that it is like, it doesn't face the main road. It faces like away from the main road. It's got an enormous oak tree in front of it. And like, I know y'all thinking like, how big could this tree be? This is New Orleans. Our trees here have been here since before people. Like it is, oh crap. Okay, scissors, calm down. Almost took my nail off. It's got this huge tree that like shrouds the entire building. Like you can barely see anything. So I never go there because there's a Family Dollar within walking distance of my house. Like it's right up the street. So I was like, let's go there and see if they put Christmas out. We go there and it's like a creepy ghost town Family Dollar. There's like one person in there like behind the counter. She's like, hello. It's been many years since we've seen your type. And I was like, my type? She's like, people. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, it's Christmas. So they have like, I don't know, a single broken ornament and like a stocking and 12,000 things of wrapping paper. Because apparently Family Dollar's like, hey, this is what people need right now. They just need wrapping paper because, you know, everybody's so punctual about getting their gifts wrapped. Okay, so see, this is what I'm talking about with these never being even. This is how much silver I have left. This is how much red. And 12 yards is 36 feet, right? I'm not crazy, am I? I'm gonna put that right there because I saved that. For what, I don't know. But I have like a whole bag of Halloween scraps that I've saved that I'm gonna do something with. Loudly drinking Sprite. I can't let that fall on the ground because the dog will go insane and start eating it. That's his favorite thing. That's his favorite toy, is an empty 20-ounce bottle. So we left the creepy Family Dollar, and she was looking for, she got a new dog recently. She was looking for a toy. So I was like, well, let's go to Dollar Tree. I need another roll of that glitter ribbon, because I knew I was going to have to come home and use that instead of the mesh I planned on using. Use these because these pipe cleaners are super thin. This is the last thing I'm adding in here, so I'm just going to snip that down. So, yeah, these are cut 24 inches. I am just putting them in every one of each and everything. I take them, line up the edges, overlap it like an inch, pull it, make the loop, put it in, and then cut it off. There's nothing else to go on here. And then do that for the whole wreath. See, I'll have to go back and explain what I'm doing instead of just like doing stuff and talking about other things. So we go to Dollar Tree, and I see my friend Jessica in there, and she asks how, like, how is everything going with, the wreaths and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's good. I mean, I'm selling like mostly local. And her mom makes wreaths. She said, like, the police came to the house asking if she was, like, running an unlicensed business out of her home, and she was like, I'm doing crafts. And I was like, oh my god, I hope they don't come to my house. They'd be like, sir, what are you doing in here? And I'd be like, filming myself, talking to myself quietly while a camera is on. This one is kind of messed up, and sometimes they pop back, but sometimes they don't. So, you go there. And this one will be too short, but I'll make it work. Will I? Oh no, that's a big difference. Alright, we'll figure it out. So I was like, well, that's stupid. Like, since when can't you craft out of your house? We were talking about Etsy, and she's like, do you have Etsy? And I was like, yeah, I do. I just, I would rather, have 1,000 wreaths collapse upon me and kill me than list one wreath on Etsy. She was like, oh, wow. I said, it's a pain. Like, I mean, if you are super into, like, the whole businessy side of doing things, I'm sure it's not a problem, but, like, I don't want to do that. I said, my whole house is covered in wreaths. None of them are listed. I think I have 8 wreaths on Etsy, and there's probably 50 wreaths in this house right now. It's pretty much everything you've ever seen me make on here. If I haven't said, hey, I'm making this for somebody, it's in this house somewhere. In my office, that creepy skeleton is in my bedroom. I, like, was half awake the other day, and I looked up, and I just saw the skeleton, and I was like, oh, God. Oh, God. Did I just skip this one? Okay, so. Man, these scissors have just, like, completely given up. But I need to do that, because if people want wreaths for Christmas, they need to be shipping out now. And I know I've had questions about people like, hey, do you sell stuff? And I'm like, yeah, just tell me what you want. But, like, I know it would be better to actually have it on Etsy for buyer and seller protection. I just hate doing the computer stuff. Like, editing, I don't mind as much. And so it's been a little tedious the past couple of months with me putting out as many videos as I do. And most of the times 2 versions of video, but like the editing's not so bad, it doesn't take that long. It's just all that stuff on Etsy. It's just like, how big is it? How much does it weigh? What are the materials used? And I'm like, this is what it is. This is a wreath. You want it? This is how much it costs. I think that's what I'm just going to do. I'm going to get them up there. I'm not going to worry about like, oh, you know, typing up this 45 paragraph description. This is what it looks like. These are all the pictures I have of it. Would you like to buy it? This is how much it costs. I'm at a point now with the wreath where I'm just like, I need to put them on there, make back what I sold, like what I made, what I spent. I'm hungry. Make back what I spent and just be done with it. Just to get them out of my house, because right now it's just like, there's like 3 weeks of rent, 3 months of rent just sitting on my walls. So if you've ever seen anything you like, if you like this wreath and you don't mind, it's probably cursed, this wreath, so you know, just be aware that it comes with demons. Just let me know. I will send you an invoice. I will send you something on Venmo. I will get it out to you. As long as you are in the United States, because I do not do international. Let me tell you why I don't do international. Just in case somebody's like, well, he wants to sell wreaths, why would he do international? I need to limit my time in the post office as much as humanly possible. Because one time, this happened a long time ago, and it still, to this day, makes me so, not like, well, I guess it is anxious. It makes me so, like, have this aversion to the post office. Before the hurricane, I used to make jewelry. And I sold a lot, like I had a good business going for a while. So, this was before, well, I mean, you probably could have had somebody come and pick stuff up to your house, but I was like, oh, I'll just go drop it off, you know, get it all done. And I was there all the time. And there was this one postal worker, like, she was just like, she was always so mean. Like, so mean. And I did not understand why, because I am extremely nice to retail people. Like, if you have to deal with people all day, I'm going to be extremely nice to you, because that is my hell. That is what I think hell must be like, is having to deal with people all day. So I was like, hey, I have some packages to ship, and she was like, ugh, what are they? And I'm like, it's just send it priority. Like, just very, like, perturbed, and I was like, maybe that's just her job. But then, like, I would see her, you know, interact with other customers. She's like, hi, how can I help you? So when I would go to the post office, I would like actively try to not get her when I would go in the line. Like, I'd be like, oh no, you, like, if she called me and I was next, I'd tell the person behind me, I was like, oh no, I gotta do something. I gotta look at this poster. So one day I'm in there, and I'm the only one in there. She's like, next. And I'm like, man, crap, I gotta go deal with this evil devil woman. And apparently it had showed that I was, like, not enthused, because it put me in a bad mood, like, every time I was there. Because if y'all haven't noticed, I don't like when people don't like me. I'm a likable person. So I, like, go up there and I'm, like, dreading, and I'm like, hi, I need to ship these priority. She's like, okay. She starts, like, putting in the zip codes and, you know, tell this one's gonna be $3, this one's gonna be whatever dollar, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. She says, and I'm like, just hurry up so I can get out of here, you know, like, just very, maybe it was anxiety. This is before I started having debilitating, hospitalizing panic attacks. But I didn't like being in there, because she made me feel like I was just, like she had seen me in the parking lot kicking a puppy or something. So like she's doing the thing and she's like, where do you go to church? And I'm like, excuse me? She said, what church do you go to? And I was like, that's not for me. Well, are you Catholic? And I said, no. And I said, I was. Well, what does that mean? And I was like, I was raised Catholic. I'm not anymore. I don't identify. Like, if you asked me what my religion was, I would not be like, oh, I'm Catholic. But I was like, first of all, sis, it's none of your damn business. I should have told her I was like a snake charmer, devil worshiper. Like, I worship a serpent god. So she's like, you really should start coming to my church. And I was like, what? Why would I do that? That sounds terrible. No offense to people who like church. I know people are very fulfilled by church. Every time I have to go to a wedding that has a full Catholic mass in it, I am like, no. All of this standing up and down, let me tell you, I don't know what God wants. I know God does not want that for me. So she's like, you really should come to my church. And I was like, excuse me? Because at this point, I'm like getting kind of pissed off. She's like, I don't know. Just seems like you could use some church. And I was like, okay. I don't know what that means. I have a feeling that I know what it means. So I am just like, I don't know what to say. I know what I want to say, but I'm nice. So I was like, oh. Remember, y'all, I'm nice. So I say, oh, okay. That's cool. Like, just let me get out of here. So she's like, it's you know, it's, I think it was like I don't even know what religion it was. It was something where I was like, we have one of those churches down here. It was like Presbyterian or something. Like, I know, like in like other cities, there's probably like a big diversity of religion. Like, I think we have one synagogue in Metairie somewhere, and like, I don't know, maybe a mosque somewhere. Mosque? Did I say mosque? Mosque. And like, we have Baptist churches. We have tons of Baptist churches, tons of Catholic churches. Like, maybe one of my friends growing up was like Lutheran, maybe? I don't know, but like, she said something. I don't know what she was, but she was like, oh, I'm this, and she's like, yeah, you should come. You know, we have services at like 6 p.m. on every Thursday. And I was like, 6 p.m.? And I'm like 20 something at the time. I'm like, I'm in bed at 6 p.m. Like, what kind of night owl you think I am? So I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm gonna write down the address for you and you're gonna come Thursday. And I was like, oh, all right. So I'm like, I really have to get going. I was like, what church is it? So she tells me, and then she like writes down the address. And she's like, she still like hasn't rung me up yet. And I'm just like, oh my God, will you, like, what are you trying to save me? Is that what's going on? Yeah, y'all, that's what's going on. I didn't even, whatever, I thought that was just a Catholic thing. Maybe it's somebody trying to save you thing. So I'm like, okay, I have to go home and make earrings. So she tells me, this is the church, here's the address, this is when you need to come. And I'm like, she's either like trying to save me, trying to sacrifice me, I don't know. Either way, I'm not going, and I'm not coming to this post office again. So she's like, you know, every time you're in here, I go home and I pray for you. And I was like, why? Like, I literally wanted to ask why, but I was so incredibly uncomfortable. I was just like, oh, thank you. That's nice. What for? You know, I was so uncomfortable. Like, you know, I know everybody has had one of those experiences where they're like, oh my God, I was so uncomfortable. Especially like women, I can imagine like how bad it is for women. Like when you're like around a guy who's like just making you feel like he's like acting creepy. And I was just like, oh my god. So I think I got home and I called Michelle and she's like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah. I said, I think I got saved. She's like, you need to call somebody. I was like, what am I going to do? Call the post office and complain? Which, yes, that's exactly what I should have done. But I didn't. And she doesn't work at the post office anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen her. But every time I go in that building now, I'm like, oh. Like, who? I'm the only person who has PTSD from going to the freaking post office. I'm gonna pray for you. I pray for you every time you're in here. And I was like, what about when I don't come in? I was thinking, what are you praying for? Because, like, thanks, but don't. Don't pray for me. Unless I am sick, don't pray for me. And maybe she thought I was sick. Now I'm upset. But yeah, so I'm not gonna go to the, I'm not gonna go to the post office and fill out a customs form. That is an extra $100. If you live internationally and you want me to send you a wreath, it is $100 extra. I am sorry. Because that way I can just, I'd be like, Mom, here's 20 bucks, go mail this thing for me. Okay, I feel like this is very red. So I'm gonna put a lot of silver in the bow, hopefully. And where's my sign going? Where's the... There's no stuff right here. So my sign's gonna go over here. I think I put my sign here, my bow here. I put my sign up some, bow down here, maybe. And then I think I'm just gonna use a bunch of silver ornaments and whatever else I can find. So I will be back. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Uh-oh, wait, this just came out. Oh no, it's not, it didn't come out, it's just underneath here. And I need to sweep up this dust because there's glitter everywhere. And I might come back with, I might come back and do a couple of, oh no, I cut off all the pipe cleaners. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I'll be back. Why is it so cold in my house? Cha 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 cha. Okay, I am back. Let's finish up this wreath. I wish I had literally anything else that was silver. You know what, let me... I know that this almost never works, but... I got some deco ribbon, deco mesh ribbon. It's not wired, but it's, I mean, it's deco mesh, so it's pretty stiff. Let me see if I can kind of do something with this, because I don't have, I don't know why, I have like 37 rolls of gold ribbon, but no silver. So I think if I keep these loops, you know, like 6 inches, it should be okay. There's just not much structure to them. Do that, and then we'll come in with this. Look, I just swept all that glitter up, and it's all over the place again. So I had a nap and talked to Michelle and talked to my mom and ate Chinese food. And it's freezing. It's so cold in here. Which, I mean, that's partly my fault because the air is always on. but I turned it off again because I was like, whoa. Okay, so that'll be a nice base. When I'm doing a wreath where, like, that wreath is red and silver, it's supposed to be red and silver, but it's mostly red, and I want the other ribbons that are red to stand out against it, I'm going to do a silver base. I mean, it doesn't have to be, it's whatever color is going with the wreath. So anything I put on top of this is going to, you know, not fade away into the background. Where is this from? This is Family Dollar, maybe? Who knows? It's red and silver. I was just grabbing. Alright, so those were both 6. I'm going to go down to, I'm going to leave the tails at 6 and go down to like 6.5, 5.5. I went looking for my, I was like, oh, I know where my silver ornaments are. They weren't there. I dug through a bunch of boxes and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is really going to be a red wreath because I can't find silver ornaments anywhere. And I know I had a bunch because I had a silver tree not too many years back, not that long ago. But I dug around and found them. And I was like, okay, yay. This ribbon is like so gross to work with, but I love the way it looks. I think I probably need to go this way with this one. I'm gonna do these at 5. So after talking to Michelle, I'm like determined to get these wreaths listed on Etsy. I don't want to do it. Like, there's nothing I want to do less. But they need to go. Come on. I mean, it's not like I can, there's no craft shows. At least there shouldn't be. Well, no in Louisiana, there probably are. Probably 3 of them going on right now. And I don't want to, like, I don't mind selling in person. It's just like, I don't want you coming to my house. Even if I know you, I don't want you coming to my house. So I think I'm just gonna have to just like buckle down and do it. All right, these were, what were these? 5. Okay, so these are like, I do 4.5. This is an old ribbon. All of this is old ribbon. Well, I mean, not the stuff that I bought today, but the silver and red, the sheer red. I wish I had I do have a solid red. I just saw it. Wait, I just saw it. I know y'all like, okay, I don't know where it's at. I'll just throw some tubing in here. Oh, not in the glue. I'm just like so tired. I don't even have it in me to get up, and it's probably very close to me, and I'm just like, nope. I like that. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Here it is. It's right here. I think I have just enough to do like one more set of loops. Ooh, that's cutting it close. Okay, and these are just going to be at whatever I can get them at. At 4 inches. I've been working, I know I said this earlier, but I've like been working so much, all I want to do is nothing. Like I just want to sit down and watch a movie. Which I'm going with my sister tomorrow. She needs me to sew up her husband's pants for the thousandth time. So I think when she comes over, I'm just gonna sit back, sew up his pants, and watch a movie. Alright, and my glue is nice and heated up. This is like a super heavy duty cable tie. Along with you, and this is long enough. Looks pretty even. I'm just gonna trust my gut with this one. Okay, loop and tail. Go this way? How do we, what is wrong with this? Tail. Tail. Loop. I am like manhandling this thing. Sometimes you gotta do it. But tail. Loop, tail, loop, tail, and then loop, tail, just pulling them in opposite directions. This is like the Like if you're not good at bows, doing this like funky bow, Lisa bow, Terry bow, Ashanti bow, like whatever. This is like the one to do, because it is pretty difficult to not get right. See, I don't like that deco mesh in there, but what you gonna do? Alright, so got all this again, which we should probably just stop trying to clean up. In comes the wreath. Out goes the zoom. Alright, why do we decide we'll put in this? I guess I should grab my sign. This is another, wait, where is this? There's no ribbon here or here, so my sign should go here. This is another Dollar Tree sign, because I'm just like super shocked. And isn't it cute? This house believes in Santa, and it's, you know, it's got a little flex to it, not more flex than like a craft outlet sign would, but I ain't mad at it. Okay, so if we put that here, I don't want my bow up here because I just made a wreath that looked exactly like that. If I push it up a little bit more, put the bow here. Right, let's work on this sign. I think I'm just going to do one at the bottom and one at the top. That is extremely hot. When I was eating dinner, I was looking through Instagram, and my friend Lisa, who I went to high school with, her dog, who she's had for a very long time, passed away, and her husband, who she got married to like the week the dog passed away. Yeah, because people sent her flowers for the dog, and she ended up using them for the wedding. She adopted she was fostering 2 senior dogs, which I could never do. I couldn't foster a puppy because I'd be like, I'm keeping it, sorry. But she got two foster dogs that were both seniors, and one of them died last night, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot imagine. Like when my dog died, Weenie, Weenie, when he died, I did not think, I was like, I'm never gonna get over this. Never gonna get another dog. So we want this up a little bit. Yeah. Never gonna get over this, never gonna get another dog. And it was like super hard. So I can't imagine. I can't imagine going through that. Like people who can adopt senior dogs knowing that they're not going to have a lot of time with them, but they're doing something so good while those dogs are still here. Like, applause. when my dog died in April of 2000 and either 15 or 16. I think it was 15. No, it might have been 15. It might have been 15. He was old. I knew that he was, like, not gonna live forever, but he died unexpectedly. Like, it wasn't like I had to go have him put down or anything. But after he died, I said, you know, I'm not gonna do this again. Like, I can't do it again. Because it was a hard time. I mean, I think that's true for everybody, but, like, with me, that had been my best friend, only friend, for a very long time. Like, all through Florida, he was with me. I got him when I was a senior in high school, so I was just like, I'm done. And then even when I decided, I told my mom one day, she's like, what are you doing? She's like, because she had like a half day of work, and she's like, do you want to do something? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And when she asked me what I wanted to do, I said, I think I want to go to the pound. And she's like, let's get in the car, let's go. Like, she knew that I wanted another dog, but I was like, not gonna let myself do that. And we went to the pound, and I was like, hey, I'd like to adopt a dog. We went to the shelter. I guess it's not really the pound. That just has like a negative connotation. We went to the shelter, and I said I'd like to, just come and look. And they took us by the senior dogs, and I was like, no. I said I would love to be that person, but I'm not. Like, I can't do that. I said I just lost my dog last year. I mean, it wasn't last year, but it was like, I lost my dog a couple months ago. I can't do that. And as we were walking around looking at all these dogs, I was like, it's too soon. I can't do this. I feel like I've told this story before. So I'm like, no, I can't. It's too soon. I can't do this. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go through losing a dog again, because the first thing, like, I got Weenie when I was in high school. And I was like so happy the day I got him, because he was so sweet. He was such a little baby. And the first thing I remember thinking after that, oh, he's so sweet, he's such a baby, is that he's gonna die one day. Like, that was immediate. Like, no time for me to enjoy it. Like, he's gonna die one day. So, walking around thinking about getting a new dog, and I was like, I can't. And I started crying. And the woman I was with, my mom was with me, and the woman I was with, she said something. She was like, how old was your dog? And I was like, oh, he's like 13, 14. I said he was a dachshund, real fat. Sweetest, fattest old man anyone could ever want. And I said, I'm just not ready for this. And she said, she's like, everybody deals with things their own way. And when you're ready, you will be ready. And there will be a dog for you here. And we'll be here. So as we're walking back in, because we were like outside looking at the dogs, and she said we have some in here, if you do, there's like a couple more in back here. And I was like, I don't know. So she shows me this dog. It's like this black dog that's just like, I don't know what kind of dog it was. I knew it was a boy because I said I wanted a boy, mostly because I had boy clothes. And she's like, oh, she's like, we have this one. And like, I'm looking at this dog, and he's just like this big, scruffy, I don't know what it was. And I was like, well, did this literally just come off of here? How did that much hot glue come off of here? Wow. Okay. Let me just fix this already. I've never had that happen before on a wood sign. so like I'm looking at this dog, and she's like I thought that was a dog she was talking about, but she said, oh, he's, we picked him up and we have to wait, like, I think it's like 30 days before they adopt him out. Like, if they find a dog on the street, it's like a certain amount of time before they can adopt them out. So she's like, oh, no, like, he's not ready to be adopted yet. We have to give it a couple times. And she's like, I'm talking about this one over here. My mom was like, oh my God. And when I turned around, my mom was holding business. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm still not sure what he is. I was like, that's adorable. And I took him, and he like hung on to me, and I was like, I guess I'm ready. And then we went to go, finish the adoption process. And the woman at the shelter was like, oh, he's actually going to Virginia tomorrow? And I was like, I am not leaving here without this dog. I will burn this place to the ground with everybody in it. And she's like, well, I can just take him off the transport. And I was like, oh, okay, so I don't have to burn anything. Okay, good. Good. But yeah, I can't imagine. Like, oh, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. How did that come off? Like, it's got paper stuck to it, but okay. Makes me kind of, I mean, that's on there. Yeah, I like that. That looks good right there. And I mean, it's up and over a little bit. But yeah, if you are somebody who can, first of all, like, just foster a dog, like, that's amazing. I can't. Because they'd be like, oh, we found him a forever home. And I'd be like, nope. He's in his forever home. But like a senior dog, knowing that your time with him, like, it's like I got business. I don't know how long he's going to be alive for. He could die tomorrow, live another 20 years. He'll probably live another 20 years. Oh my God. I don't think he's going to die tomorrow either. But, like, you don't know. But when you get a senior dog, you're like, okay, like, I definitely probably don't have more than a couple years with this dog. And it had to be like it was less than a month. It had to be like a couple weeks. Why can't I get this through here? I'm going to kill somebody. Go through. I can feel you. Just go through. There you go. Yes, I read that, and I was talking to Michelle, like I told Michelle, and she was like, yeah, the dog died, and then they got married. I said, no, the new dog. And she was like, what? Which it wasn't the new dog. They adopted two. They were fostering two. The new dogs that needed a home. But yeah, I guess if you go into it knowing that, like, you know how this dog is gonna leave, like, I guess it's okay, but still, I would be like, can't do it. But thankfully, there are people who can. So I'm gonna trim these tails. I don't know what we got talking about that for. Here's the tail. I was looking at it. I was moving some wreaths around this weekend, and I was looking at one of them, and I was like, did I just like give up halfway? Because there were so many untrimmed tails on it in the bow. I was just like, did I just like stop? And that is very well what could have happened, because I was just like, okay. Like, some of them were trimmed, but there were so many that weren't. And I hate seeing that. I hate seeing, like, even when even if you like fold the edges up, like some people do that thing where they just like crimp the edge. I'm just like, that looks undone. That looks unfinished, not undone. It just looks unfinished. And speaking of unfinished, how do I cut these? Because I'm just gonna leave that unfinished, because if I cut it at an angle, it's gonna fray, or if I dovetail it, it's gonna fray, but that won't be. I'll go back with some glue. Put a line of Elmer's on there. Okay, our bow is in. And then some. Okay, so I do have this giant poinsettia, but I found this when I was looking for my silver stuff. Like, I like her. Oh, everything just fell in my tea. I like the idea of her. But I don't know if it, like, goes... Oh, no, that doesn't go with the Santa wreath. I think I'm just going to throw some ornaments in this and call it a day. And this will be, you know, something more budget-friendly for the budget-friendly customer. Alright, so everything is in place where it needs to be. This bow could still use a little bit of work, but let's not worry about that now. I'm just going to add in some silver ornaments. I was going to add silver and red, but there's so much red, I just want to add silver. So, let's see what we have. This is, these are the options. Where's this from? This is holiday time. 41 pieces for $9. That is so cheap. But it's Walmart. You know what I expect. I think I'm going to stay away from the mats, which of course there's 1,000 of. But I like these. So let's get some of those in there. I may put them in like shape by shape. No, I can't get them. Okay, so let's put a glitter in. If I do get to watch a movie tomorrow, I wonder what it will be. Something spooky, probably, because I'm a spooky kind of guy. I feel like I have to go to the doctor because my throat has been hurting for so long. That's why I'm not as talkative as I might normally be. Like, I'm just like, ugh. But we're having fun. We're talking about dogs and dead dogs and old dogs and new dogs. My next video I'm filming is... Did I just seriously put these two right next to each other? My next video I'm filming is on, I think, designing a Christmas... I don't know which one I'm going to do next. I have like three that are like next on the list, but I don't film in any particular order. I'm just like, what do I feel like doing? Do I feel like sitting down and filming 3 videos of me flipping through books back to back? Kinda, because I have 3 really good books for November. One of which you've probably, maybe if not 2, you've already seen, because I think this is going up on... I don't know when this is going up. Like this 3rd week in November? 2nd week in November? I don't know. I just filled the thing up with glue and it's, well, I definitely have been loading ornaments up with glue. Alright, these are like super close together. Everything else is spread out, so let me put one here-ish, which I think I want a Gallopy glitter one. Yeah, see, this is brightening it up a little bit. I mean, the sign helped because it's white, but I still needed some more silver in here. I could probably still stand a little bit more silver. This one, I always try to spread these out, and I'm just like, whatever. Stick another one down here, even though it's... Oh! I'm not going to really see it. Okay. This poinsettia is crazy. I'm assuming this came from Walmart. Because it looks... I mean, it's the same shape as the other one that I used... I can't believe I don't have any, like, Santa stuff. Because it's not, like, the lights are not... Okay, I thought it was doing something. It's pretty, though. Nah. Maybe I'll locate some Santa stuff next time I'm out and throw it in here before I get pictures, but... I'm probably gonna go take pictures right now. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching, again. And, yeah, thanks for sticking it out, because we had a little bit of a rough start there. I mean, you guys didn't see that, thank God. Unless it somehow finds its way to the final video, which I don't think I hate myself enough to do that. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the long version, or Wednesday for a different video. I don't know. Alright guys, bye.